Do you have an idea for a podcast but don't know where to start? Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Anchor is such an easy way to record and edit a podcast, and you can do it from either your phone or computer. Best part is you don't have to worry about getting it out there. Anchor distributes to many platforms so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and many more. You can start making money right away without having a minimum number of listeners, too. Anchor really is everything that you need to make a podcast all in one place.
Hi, welcome to the Pier 54 podcast.
I'm Amanda Kimmel.
And I'm Shannon Coach, and we are your hosts. So basically, this is the beginning of our podcast. We are both huge General Hospital fans, and after some long text message conversations and hysterical, not historical, just conversations about General Hospital, we thought it would be fun to put together a podcast because we think we have a lot of great insight into the show. We tend to remember a lot of things from the past. And so after months and months of trying to figure out what the name was going to be, one day it just clicked. Pier 54, because that is where all the best conversations, where all the secrets are disclosed, where all the plots are cooked up and everything, and it's one of the most important locations in General Hospital, or in Port Charles. So that's where we came up with the name Pier 54 Podcast. Each week we're going to have 2 episodes. So we're going to have the week before. The weekly recap is going to be launched on Monday morning. This is mainly because Amanda has 4 kids. I have 2, so that does not necessarily mean that we are able to keep up to date with General Hospital throughout the week. So this also gives our listeners and us a chance to catch up on the week, whether you do Hulu or online streaming, whatever, so that we don't do any spoilers for you. Because we don't read spoilers, we don't read soap magazines, we don't Google spoilers, we're not in the Facebook spoiler groups. I've disabled my Google recommendations on the search engine because just because I Google things about General Hospital doesn't mean that I need the most up-to-date information about General Hospital, including who's coming and going. And then on Thursdays, we are going to talk about just random things about General Hospital. So whether it is something that happened around this time in 1970 or, like today, April 1st, 1963, the day that General Hospital launched. What a better day for us to launch our podcast than that. But it's a Monday, so we're breaking our own rule right off the bat. But yeah, so Thursdays we're going to talk a little bit about General Hospital history. Maybe we'll talk about different couples that we liked, couples that we hated, things like that. So, Amanda, why don't you tell me a little bit about how you got into General Hospital, your favorite thing about it, just tell me a little bit about how you got into General Hospital.
I started watching it because my mom watched it, so I've been watching it since I was probably 6 years old off and on, and I really got addicted when I was in 8th grade because that's when the Jagger, Brenda, Karen triangle was going on, and that was my favorite all-time couple, so that's what hooked me.
That's a good one. Brenda's a good one.
Yes. How about you? When did you start?
So I remember growing up hearing about General Hospital, and then when I was in middle school, I would walk home from school with a friend of mine, and her mom would watch General Hospital. And with the time that middle school got out, we only got like the last 15 minutes. So I had no idea what was going on except for the last 15 minutes of the show. And then she would kind of fill us in. I was so excited to go to high school because that meant I got home at 2:50, and I hurried up, got ready, sat on the couch, watched General Hospital, and just absolutely loved it. And then found out when I was older, my Grammy and I have a shared love for it and started talking about it together. And there were a couple years, like during college, that I didn't get to watch. Was there any time that you didn't?
Yeah, I missed it here and there. But
yeah. I remember, I used to do the VHS set up, like when you had to leave your TV on all day and set the VHS to record.
Yes.
But then when VHSs went away, we couldn't do that, but there wasn't a DVR yet.
Right. And if you were a kid now, you're done with school and it's already aired.
Right.
It starts at 2 now.
Let's talk about that for a second. Who is Katie Couric to think that she gets to change the time that General Hospital has been on for ages? And her show's canceled. It's not even there anymore.
No, I don't like this 2 o'clock slot at all. I mean, Thank God for Hulu.
I know. I was going to say, it doesn't matter so much because I don't have cable anyway, and I can't watch it until after 7 p.m. on Hulu. This is not a paid advertising for Hulu.
It's not. That's just what we watch it on.
What we both watch it on. We get no recognition from Hulu yet.
Right. If they'd like to send us a kickback.
If they want to, give us Hulu for free every month,
we will take it for our General Hospital needs.
Or Hulu Live too. A free upgrade to Hulu Live would be nice.
That would be nice.
Because I had to watch the World Series on YouTube last year. And it was difficult because some random guy is streaming the Red Sox winning, and it was just really, really weird for me. But yeah, so I mean, there was a little bit of time where I missed watching it. I remember when I finally got back into it. It's so weird. Like, you know how like you have those days that you just remember what you were doing? Like, I was cleaning my chairs and I was watching it. I know this is so random. And it's when Tony Jones was dying.
Oh.
Right. And Lucas, who should have been like 8, comes walking in, comes out to Tony. Tony's like, I've always known, and then dies. And I'm like, what the heck just happened here?
That's a good day to pick it up. You were all caught up in one episode.
Wait. I'm like, that's not Lucas, so we saw asked him. So yeah, I think that a lot of it had to do with like my grandma and everything, though. So, and then I found out that when my grandfather had back surgery or something like that, he would watch it.
Oh,
so I know.
See, my mom doesn't watch it anymore, and it annoys me. So when like the old timers come back, or there's like a blip about them, I'm like, Mom, guess who was on today? And she goes into some story about things that happened before I was born. So
okay,
I can get the backstory.
Does she accept the changes that the characters have made, or does she do that's not how it used to be?
No, she accepts it because she hasn't watched it enough to judge. But I feel like if she started watching it, then the judgment would come because, as we've talked about, like the way they age people and change things, and don't age other people, and you wonder how they're pregnant at God knows what age they are now. Those kinds of things would bother her.
Well, like how we both figured out that, like, because during Christmas, Hulu had throwback episodes.
Yes.
And one of the episodes was when Michael was born on New Year's Eve. Yet, a couple days later, Michael did not have a birthday. Or, I remember, you know what, this is how we definitely were talking about this before. We were just talking before we started recording about when we both realized that we both like General Hospital.
Yeah, I don't know how that
Should we
happened.
give our story?
We can, sure.
Okay.
I'm sure everyone wants to hear about this.
So, do you want to?
We were in Girl Scouts together. Our daughters were in Girl Scouts together, and we would have random conversations, and I honestly don't even know how it came up, but at some point Shannon said something about watching General Hospital or needing to go home and watch General Hospital, and I was like, oh my God, let's be best friends. I love General Hospital. And it's kind of gone from there. And I think what solidified it was I am recently divorced, and I was on Match.com, and this guy sent me his picture, and he looked exactly like Spinelli, and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night, and I sent the picture to Shannon, and was like, oh my gosh, I need to date this guy because he looks exactly like Spinelli. And we've talked about it a couple times a week ever since then, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm like, I know that, so my grand passed away in 2015, so I think that, I mean, no offense, but, I mean, she was always I would text her, oh my gosh, did you know that just happened? And I think you and I did a little bit then.
Right.
But I definitely think that after she passed away, I was like, I need someone to text about this stuff. And I think we might have forgotten about it because I left the Girl Scout, my daughter and I left the Girl Scout troop. Let's just be honest. Girl Scouts was mom time, and the girls were doing an activity with the people leading that night. It was actually really nice because when I was in Girl Scouts as a kid, the moms dropped off and left.
Oh, we have moms that do that now. That's a different conversation.
Okay. But But it was nice because, you know, and we weren't in the girls' way. We were just sitting there having mom time.
Right.
And it was really, really nice. But, so I think that, you know, we had kept in touch a little bit over it. I think it might have been Luke leaving because that happened a month after my grand passed away. Okay. And for some reason, I feel like we might have started to talk about it more. But I remember one of the craziest times that I text you was when fake Jason came back. Mm-hmm. And they said that his birthday was in November.
Yes.
And
Shannon is very disturbed by this. Take notes of it now.
Well, reason being, I share a birthday with Jason Morgan, and they messed it up. And I'm like, no, he is a September baby. He is not a November baby. And then when Steve Burton came back, he's back to September.
Right.
But he and Drew supposed to be twins? So, listen.
Maybe the adoptive parents changed it so they would be even less connectable. Because we didn't want them to know that they were siblings. So.
But Sam thought that he was Jason.
Maybe it was.
So Sam should have known Jason's real
Somebody
birthday.
took somebody else's memories and got confused. And...
Oh my gosh, are you telling me Sam has a twin too?
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Oh, seriously. Well, you know, Alexis raised her.
Oh my god, that drove me crazy. Yes, I've had a hard life. I've raised 3 girls. No, Sam was like, what? I swear she's still only like 30 now, but what, 20?
She looks exactly the same.
She does look exactly the same. But she was like in her early 20s at least when she came on.
Absolutely.
So you did not raise 3 daughters. You gave one up for adoption.
Yep.
And not to say you're not important now, but that's not the same thing as raising.
No.
Her adoptive mom raised her.
Yes, exactly. Sorry, I was taking a sip of water there. But yeah, so basically this is how Amanda and I talk throughout the week. We check with each other to see if we're caught up. And then we just do random explosive messages back and forth to each other. And it was so funny because she was ahead of me when Alexis said that. And she's like, you have to let me know when you catch up, you know? And halfway through, I'm like, Alexis did not raise Sam. And she knew exactly where I was. And she's like, I've been waiting for that. So, yeah. And if you don't know what we're talking about, it's when Alexis was talking to the new therapist dude. And I don't remember his name.
I don't either. That's a weird chemistry there between the two of them.
I kind of like him.
I like him, but it's just, I'm not sure where we're going with that yet.
He's not falling for her. He's not falling under her spell
right.
and like all that stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely calling her out on her crap.
Right. And she's very defensive of who she is.
She needs to take some classes of Dawn of Day.
She does need to start. So, Dawn of Day, I feel like they have been missing a cult. You know, since the vampires went away in Port Charles. Which, I didn't watch Port Charles. Did you watch Port Charles?
Here and there. It didn't ever make sense to me that it was on before All My Children, but it was still connected. Like, it went Port Charles and then All My Children and then One Life to Live and then General Hospital. And so by the time we got back to General Hospital, I was like, wait, where am I? I can't figure out if I'm in Landview or Port Charles
because
or
some of the
whatever.
same, because Kelly Monaco was on both, right?
Yes, some
but
people
she
crossed over. Yeah,
played someone
right.
else.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So yeah, I can't quote anything from that because I was so sporadic with it because it didn't make any sense to me.
I don't know.
So well, that's good.
So we don't have to discuss that. Another thing we don't discuss is Port Charles, the short-lived mini or Night Shift. I didn't watch. Was it Night Shift? I didn't watch Night Shift. Mm-mm. There was the primetime drama.
Right, but yeah, I don't remember what it was called.
I think it was Night Shift.
Maybe. That sounds familiar.
I have my tablet if we really need to look this up.
It
but
sounds
we don't
familiar,
have to.
but I couldn't swear to it.
I don't know.
So no, just the good old General Hospital that has stayed for the past 56 years.
Yes.
That's what we're focusing on.
And happy birthday, General Hospital. 56 years. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
Considering the other ones are gone, like, that speaks volumes. That's what I wanted to be when I was little. I wanted to grow up and be a General Hospital actress.
Really?
That was my aspiration.
What did you want your role to be?
I probably would have been like a Carly, because I really like the bitchiness and that she gets away with whatever she wants.
Okay.
And, like, owns those men.
Yeah.
But is still, like, nice
now,
when she wants to be and, like, a good mom.
But she always wasn't like that.
Right. No.
I mean,
like, now would have been... She evolved well, though.
Yeah. I have to tell you, I think I've told you this before, Laura Wright, when she first came on General Hospital, drove me absolutely bonkers because she used to do this. She doesn't do it anymore. I've been paying attention. She used to do this
fan email
thing.
she sent her.
It's because of me. No. She used to do this thing with her mouth where she would like scrunch up her nose when she was like really upset. She kind of looked like a rabbit, and it was detracting to me. Where I'm like, I can't even watch you be upset right now because I want to give you a carrot. But I think she's a wonderful actress. I mean, I follow her on Instagram. She is a lovely person. You know, it was just like that one thing that I was just like, I can listen to you. I can't watch you. But she doesn't do it anymore. So now I like her.
I'm glad that you've
now I
accepted
like her.
Carly
I've
for
accepted
her
her.
flaws.
She has the Shannon stamp of approval. But yes, I mean, gosh, I definitely have my own ticks, so don't have to worry about totally not judging. Just like that was hard for me to deal with. At least she wasn't the bad Carly that we can't even remember who she was, and she wasn't even part of the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
She wasn't. Was she part of that montage?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, good.
No. I'm positive she's not there.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain she wasn't either. But yeah, so let's see. So far we've covered Dawn of Day. So one thing that we forgot to talk about is that we are actually recording this on March 27th. So we're not going to be talking about the recap from March 25th to 29th. Reason being is that I'm actually going out of town this weekend and had already planned to do so when we finally came up with a name for the podcast, and we were like, okay, when do we want to do this? And realized, oh my gosh, we need to launch on the day that General Hospital launched.
Right.
I mean, so forgive us for only being caught up at this time through March 22nd, because we have also intentionally not watched this week's episodes so that we are not crossing all over the place and everything. But so there might be some things that we're going to talk about too that have actually happened this week, and we don't know, because I know we ended Friday with Griffin leaving, and the first thing I text you was he did not even say goodbye to Anna.
Right, I'm not convinced that he's gone.
But
he stormed off like he was, but he missed saying goodbye to a lot of vital people.
Right, and I mean, I get it, but he's Duke's son, you know.
Yeah, he owes that to her.
Yeah, he can't do it. He can't not say bye to Emma.
Right.
Oh my gosh, what if he goes out to California to be with Patrick and Robin and Emma and Noah?
That would be cute.
But yeah, so I mean, Griffin leaving, I can't say that I'm surprised.
No, I think you saw it coming, but I figured it would be a major, like, I'm leaving. Like, let everyone know. Like, Sonny, he didn't say bye to Sonny, really. Like,
no.
He was like, I'm leaving.
He didn't even say I'm leaving. He was just like, Michael, be in good hands. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I'm expecting, I wish that they at least had him go back into the priesthood, because here's my problem with the character of Griffin, is that he was a priest, and that's totally fine. I'm totally fine with him being a priest. I wish that they had been able, okay, he can struggle with his faith and everything, but they let him go down.
Right. Right.
And it's like, listen, we can still have a soap opera and have a Christian character.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
I'm a Christian.
Right.
And I still watch General Hospital,
And it's normal for Christians to struggle with whatever their faith is.
Right.
But a priest to just totally blow it off and have multiple affairs and back and forth, no.
Right.
No, not saying it doesn't happen at all. We all know that no one's perfect, including priests. But
absolutely. They're human, too.
I feel like they could have left one character that had faith and didn't destroy his whole life by hooking up with mother-daughter teams.
Seriously, how many...
That I don't know.
It's gross.
It is.
It is absolutely...
It's gross.
See, I wish that he had left the priesthood for Kiki. Kiki died, and then he wrestled with God.
Yes, that would make sense.
The Ava thing was really...
And why is it Ava and Kiki that everyone feels the need to sleep with both of them? Because we already had Morgan do that too. Like,
I know.
I feel like that's creepy.
That's...
Even in soap opera land. I feel like that's creepy to have the characters sleeping with mother-daughter. Multiple characters sleeping with the same mother-daughter team.
Okay, so who else has anyone else done anything like that you can think of? I can't. Well, I mean, Carly doesn't count because that was intentional.
Right.
She came to Port Charles to sleep with Tony, or to steal Tony, because, you know, she hated Bobby, and now they're like BFF. But, the power of a mother's love. But, I can't think of anyone else who...
No, they just had
knowingly...
other creepy relationships, like Monica with Ned.
That was the first thing that popped in my mind, too. Like, but they didn't know that they were related when they first did, right?
I'm pretty sure they didn't. That was back when we were young. So I don't know that story as well as I should. But even just looking at it, it was still like, ew, I can't believe they even wrote that like that for it to come out, because that was gross. But
and then to have it happen again.
Yeah. And
then for him to leave the priesthood for seeing the good in her, which is fine. You know, I see good in a lot of people. I'm not going to go sleep with them. Right. It doesn't end my marriage. No.
You're a good person. You're rewarded. You get to sleep with me. No.
No. Like, I don't know. But yeah, so in my ideal world, it would have been he left the priesthood for Kiki, and I didn't want her to die, but she died. And that made him wrestle with God and everything. And then he maybe go back into the priesthood.
Yeah.
And that's his exit. Right. You know, maybe that's a little too undramatic. I still think it would have been dramatic, but
some storylines don't need to be so dramatic.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just nice to see the good in people.
Yeah.
And
like finding out that he was Duke's son, like that was a little weird.
Yeah.
You know, but oh well. You know.
Right. That was acceptable weird. The Kiki Ava things.
It was soap opera weird. It was like, all right, that's totally not even possible, but sure. Like, Lucky should not be a person.
Right.
Like, Lucky logistically could not happen, but he's here. Let's bring Jonathan Jackson back.
Oh, please.
Now that Nashville is off air, I mean, I know that he's doing some stuff with that band that he's got, but oh my gosh.
I feel like his boys need him as much as I do.
We need him at the nurses' ball.
Oh,
just
that would
saying.
Be great.
Lucy, get on it.
Yes.
But seriously, okay, how has he not come back when he found out that Elizabeth is with Franco?
Right.
You know, like...
Right, and those boys were supposed to be his, even though some of them aren't his, blah, blah, blah. Like...
Don't even get me started on
how...
Elizabeth.
She was a good, wholesome character they ruined, too.
She came in as a bad girl.
But then they fixed her, like, quick. After the rape, she was, like, being good.
And she and Lucky
saw
were perfect.
The light. Yes, they were perfect. They were perfect.
Go on YouTube and find the song that Lucky sings to Liz, Elizabeth, and they were in the boxcar, weren't they? They were in the train car. Oh.
Yeah.
I love him. But yeah, he logistically shouldn't happen.
Right.
You know, and Lulu should not be the age that she is. And, I mean, we all know this. We all know that they age up the kids and everything. But back to now.
I don't have a problem with them aging the kids up. It's when they don't match. Like, we talked a couple weeks ago about how Emma and Spencer and Cameron yes, should all be the same age or close to the same age. And they've changed them. Emma's still a cute little girl.
Jocelyn should be younger, too.
Yes.
Yeah. I think Jocelyn is older.
Right. She's older than Emma,
I mean,
but she's
there was
not
a love
that
triangle
old.
between Spencer, Cameron, and Emma.
Right.
And now Cameron is Jocelyn's age. And they can't age up Emma.
Right, because they want to keep her the same as they did Robin.
Exactly.
Forever.
So she's probably never going to change just because Robin's never changed.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I don't like how they do that.
No.
Or at least age everyone up, like we said.
Like how Desperate Housewives did. Everyone aged up 5 years.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly. Or, you know, these 3 kids were born within 2 years. We're going to age them all up at the same time to this.
Yeah.
But you can't leave... Emma's adorable, but you can't leave her little and then have Cameron running off to Niagara Falls. Like,
right.
Come on.
Well, and... Right. Oh, there's so many different things going on in my head right now from this. Emma, well, she should be coming back because the nurses' ball is coming up, so they'll be back soon. Mm-hmm. So.
I love the nurses' ball.
So do I. I wonder who's the sponsor going to be this year.
I don't know.
That is one thing that I do like that the show has done a lot of is, okay, so it is a little tacky when they do the nurses' ball.
Huge banner
so
up in the background. So what
are you doing in your sequin gown? I am eating my Greek yogurt. No, you're not.
Right.
It's creamy and smooth, and it helps me stay regular. No. Like...
No one says that in a $5,000 gown.
At a nurse's ball. I do like when they, like, you know, they'll go through the swag bag, and they're like, oh, what's everyone getting? Oh, oil volet, blah, 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 and it keeps me blah, 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 and it's like, you don't have that conversation with your friends.
Right. And the writers are good enough, they could write that in a little bit better.
Yeah. But I do like how they do the different charitable things. So, like, how they always do something with Shriners. Yes. And I do love, I mean, they get a lot of philanthropy through the weird stuff. You know, bringing awareness to Shriners, bringing awareness to HIV.
Yes.
You know, I mean, they were probably one of the first shows to even tackle that.
Right. No one talks about it. Like, even in today's world, like, there's not a show that deals with that every day the way that General Hospital does. Anytime that Robin's home for 10 minutes, she's talking about the medicine that she needs to take so that she stays well and all that kind of stuff. Like, they didn't let it... It was one of the things that they kept not in normal soap. Oh, this week I broke my arm and then it's healed 2 days later. Like, she's had HIV all of this time. She continues to have it. There's no miracle cure.
Right.
You know, we can switch memories, but we still haven't found a miracle cure for HIV, which is good to keep that as realistic as possible.
Speaking of realistic, though, we had a conversation last week about Finn.
Yes.
Because, so my daughter's on the autism spectrum, and I'm a very big autism advocate, and I loved when Hamilton Finn came to Port Charles, you know, because... Michael Easton has only been like 7 other characters, but I loved when he came back because I really, really do like him. But when he came and he had that service, the emotional support service, Roxy.
Yes.
But Roxy has been nowhere. So first of all, I thought they were going to be bringing this great awareness. I was really hoping that they were going to have Finn come out as Asperger's.
Yes.
Which would have been amazing because... You know, there's such a stigma around autism that they can't have romantic relationships, that they can't have careers. And he is a very brilliant, I mean, he's a rare disease doctor that cures everything. But in Port Charles, New York.
And definitely not lacking in the romantic love interest.
No, but... So.
That
his need for Roxy would not go away. If anything, I would think that it would be heightened if he's in a relationship because
especially because he moved in with her.
And
that's
he
the
needs like that's not how that works. But it's just not, you know. It's, you know, the skills that my daughter has learned, she's still gonna need them. If she gets in a relationship one day, you know, they're not going to...
even more so.
They're not going to go away.
Because change is hard, so it's definitely needed.
So, but, I mean, I guess I can't really get upset too much because they didn't give him a quote-unquote label. But, you know, I mean, Finn is Finn. He has his stuff going on. He has a social awkwardness.
Yes.
That is very prevalent in many people. And... So I guess I was secretly just really hoping that they were going to bring that awareness out. Mm-hmm. Who knows? April's Autism Awareness Month. Maybe we'll get it. Maybe I should write a letter to the writers and be like, hey, remember Roxy?
Right. She needs to come back for this.
Let's get the hashtag Remember Roxy going.
Yes.
Like, where is Roxy? That could be a shirt.
That could be a shirt. I was just going to say that'd be a cute
We'll
shirt.
get a little lizard and it'll say, where's Roxy? Question mark. But yeah, so I feel like they have a missed opportunity that they did there, and maybe, I mean, Amy Schumer just came out about her husband just got diagnosed as an adult on the spectrum, and she talks very positively about his diagnosis and how she wouldn't change it for the world. And I guess he did get diagnosed after they got married.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, I think it's amazing. So I'm not a fan of her humor. Like, I'm not like a huge Amy Schumer fan, so I don't know a lot about her necessarily. But I did watch, I think she was on Seth Meyer, and I looked up on YouTube and saw an interview that she did, and the way that she talked about her husband was the way that any wife should talk about their husband, you know? And it was just, you know, yeah, this is a part of him, but we got the proper diagnosis. We've been given the tools we need to
That's awesome.
have a good relationship and to make it work, and we're good, and it's a positive thing. And so I'm really personally excited that we have, for the autism community, such a high profile, super popular person in our corner right now, because Holly Robinson Pete is really, really involved, but she hasn't been really relevant in pop culture since the 90s.
Right.
So, and it's unfortunate, but I mean, if Amy Schumer can kind of help hoist that up, more power to her. That'd be awesome.
That would be awesome.
So, who knows? Maybe I can start a campaign getting Finn diagnosed and
Send Amy a Where's Roxy shirt.
send Amy a
We'll
Where's
all be
Roxy
set.
shirt, and we're good. So, what else is going on that we need to talk about with General Hospital?
Dante coming back.
Oh, Dante coming back. Okay.
How did you miss that?
Oops.
I'm happy that Dante's back, and I'm excited to see the twists and turns that him being back is going to take. But I was disappointed with the way that they brought him back.
Like what?
He's not going to call and say, hey, babe, I'm on my way home, or hey, just so you know,
Right?
I'm safe. I'm just going to show up knocking on the door at nighttime, I'm assuming, because she was scared that it was someone breaking in.
Yeah.
Totally unrealistic that she's, like, on the phone, hey, can you call the cops? Like, that doesn't happen. And
Wait,
then
I was texting you, and I had
Okay.
you text.
But if your next...
Quick
Wait,
side
we
note.
should tell the whole story. Go ahead.
So there was one night where Amanda and I were texting back and forth, and my husband was not home. I was upstairs in my bedroom, and my kids were asleep, and I thought that I had heard, and I'm not typically a very, very paranoid person, but I thought that I had heard something in my basement.
And it was around Christmas, and there had been break-ins locally.
Right. So, I mean, very, very reasonable concern to be concerned. And so I first texted my husband and said, hey, is that you? And then he never answered because, yes, I'm lazy, and I just text my husband downstairs and said, hey, is that you? But at the same time, I was like, well, if it's not, I'm not going down there. And I had literally just put out my bedroom light. Like, I think I had just shut off my light like maybe 5-10 minutes beforehand. And so I'm texting Amanda, and she's like, well, just call the cops. And I was like, well, if someone's in the house, they might hear me on the phone. Can you call them for me? And so the cops show up, and they're like, you were texting somebody? And I said, well, yeah. I said, if there was somebody in the house and they thought that I was asleep, it was probably better that they don't hear me. And so I was texting with my friend, and she said that she would call the cops for me, you know, and I'm sorry, I think that was pretty darn smart on my part, you know, that
right.
I didn't bring any more awareness to me. And then sure enough, the very next night, not even 5 minutes from my house, a friend of mine had someone up on her. She has one of those little Ring security lights, and she caught someone on her front porch, you know, going up looking for packages and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, could someone have been down there? Possible.
Right.
You know?
It's better to be safe than sorry. That's what the police are here for.
Yeah.
We
they
appreciate them protecting and serving.
very much. But I definitely think that might have been a first for them. That they were like, you were texting someone and they called us. And I'm like, uh-huh.
The person that took the 911 call did not know, like, how to take that call. My niece and my ex-husband both were 911 dispatchers, so I know how the system works. And he was like, what's your address? And I was like, no, it's not my address. It's my friend's. Hold on. And so I gave him the address, and he was like, wait, you're not at your friend's house? I was like, no, she just texted me. She needs the cops to come. Can you go check that out? So it was an interesting call for him, too. We provided tons of entertainment that evening, but the end result was that you were safe. But most people still, even though Shannon does it, I feel like if I was in my living room and someone was trying to break in the door, I would not be like, hey, call the cops. I would, like, move away from the situation a little bit more or make some noise so whoever's breaking in knows to not continue breaking in. And that your husband would say something to you on his way home so you were expecting him.
Yeah.
Not just, like, he picked
true.
the lock.
Right.
That's what he said. You changed the locks, I had to pick it. Is that what your normal response is if you can't get in your house, is to pick the lock? I feel like you call your spouse or you bang
We're
on
back
the door
on General
or
Hospital
something.
now.
Yes.
I'm like, but JD didn't break in. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh,
No.
we're back to Dante
Yes,
now.
back to Dante.
I got
Dante picked the lock.
Or Lulu knows that Sunny went to find him. Why didn't Sunny, even if Dante wanted to surprise her,
Right.
why didn't Sunny say, hey, Lulu, I'm on my way back. Can I stop by?
Or Laura had to be at the hospital. Wasn't any part of realizing that Sunny was there because Sunny was there to get his shot. His arm was shot.
Right.
So Laura wouldn't have said, hey, Sunny's back. That has to mean there's at least information on Dante. So you were, like, generally in that mind space.
Let's put this, but you know what? Let's just realize that maybe for once, Lulu's not the center of the universe.
I don't think she understands that, though.
But maybe this will get her through her head. Like, oh my gosh, Mom, you could have been Ryan's victim. 10 minutes after she came back, after Lulu got done with her thing, she's like, and after Laura was like, I could have been killed by Ryan. It occurred to Lulu. Her mom could have been killed by Ryan. So Amanda and I have serious issues with Lulu.
Not the actress herself,
No.
just her storyline.
Again, she seems like an absolutely lovely person. I follow her on Instagram. You know, she makes these really cute scarves. She has an Etsy store. She and Kirsten Storms seem to have, like, you know, what's the girl bromance?
I don't know. Is there one? I don't know. We might have to create one.
Maybe we do have to create one. But why don't we have romance? Why don't we have bromances for women? Womances?
No,
No.
that's weird. Don't use that word ever again. I don't want to be a woman. It sounds like you sound like a stutter. I didn't get the word.
So one of my sisters couldn't say her R's when we were growing up, and she had the most R's in her name, and it was horrible because we would all make fun of her. Oh, that was.
So
I feel bad that we did that.
you
though.
need to apologize to her, but no romance is going on regardless.
No, but so.
Anyway, so we like the girl that plays Lulu. We just don't like Lulu. The writers need to make her
Emma Ryland.
be so dumb, not be
Emmy
so dumb.
Ryland.
Emmy?
Emma.
I think it's Emmy. I think you're right.
I think it's Emmy. I follow her on Instagram. Which, here's the thing. I'm struggling with following people on Instagram now because I didn't know Kiki was dying until I logged on to Instagram that day. And, yeah, Emmy Ryland.
See, I don't
We could
play.
totally be mispronouncing her name, though, but it's
And if so, we
E-M-M-E.
apologize because
Yeah.
she's adorable, and I feel like she's playing the character as well as it's written. Just that writing is not.
They're giving her craps.
Yes.
She killed Nathan.
Yeah,
She
Yeah.
should feel bad.
yeah. I don't know how her and Maxie became friends after that.
Well, Maxie stole her baby, so, I mean, you know, they're even.
I don't know. See, I guess if I was Maxie, I wouldn't have formed that friendship again because I like my kids more than I like my ex-husband, obviously. So I would be more upset if you took my baby than if you killed my husband.
Yes.
So that's a Lifetime story, though, not General Hospital.
Or, no, but they,
They just make her dumb. She's dumb.
yes.
Like, she doesn't get stuff. She's self-centered.
She wrote an article about cheese, and now she's head investigative reporter.
Right. And
Like-
she's on the news. She's doing news stories.
Mhm.
You don't go right from articles in magazines, even if you know people, right from writing articles for magazines to being a news anchor.
Right.
And, like, they'd really have her do the exclusive with Franco. Like,
the guy that
come
supposedly
on.
stabbed her. Right.
Yeah.
Like, that is,
No.
that's
No.
not.
And there's no other
happening.
reporters in the entire town that would take that
Well,
story.
they wanted to, but she was like, no, I need to do this. And I'm like, mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
No. It was like, what, 2 days after her attack? She
Right.
got out of the hospital, and now she wants to go interview the guy who supposedly attacked her.
Right.
I don't think so.
No.
No. I didn't like, no. There's nothing I liked about Dante coming back, and Lulu has been dumb since he left.
I was worried that he was going to be brainwashed, though, when they first had him come on screen. And I was like, oh no, they made him bad. You know, and then... But here's the thing, like, there's going to be all this fallout. Although, who did they call? Or who called him? Frisco.
Yes, I love Frisco.
So is Frisco coming back?
I hope so.
Could Frisco be making a little...
I hope so.
Because Dante just kind of went AWOL, didn't he? So...
Yeah, there's definitely more storyline.
And now with the Ryan Chamberlain thing, too, Frisco might be coming back.
Yes.
Because that dragged on for a lot longer than I feel like it really needed to, the Ryan Chamberlain thing.
Yes, I agree.
Like, it took a long time.
If they bring Frisco back, are they going to put him back with Felicia? Because
No.
I don't like Mac and Felicia. I'm sorry.
Have you ever liked Mac and Felicia?
No. I love Mac. He's a nice guy, but he's too boring for Felicia after being with Frisco. Absolutely not.
The problem... He's a doormat.
Yes.
I mean, he raised her kids.
Right. And she had no time for him then.
Right.
But now that they're all raised and out of the house and he dealt with all the emotional issues of Georgie being killed and all that kind of stuff, now he's good enough? Like...
Yeah.
No. No, he deserved better. I liked him with Catherine.
That's what I was just thinking. But you know what? I liked Catherine with Stefan.
So we just need Catherine back. Maybe she can
We need
have
Stefan back. He got let go from Days.
Oh.
Yeah.
See?
Stephen Nichols?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
See, maybe they all have twins.
Was it Days?
too.
I think he was on Days.
I
forget.
couldn't
Whatever he was
I
on,
don't
because
pay
I follow him on
attention.
Instagram, too.
I don't
You
pay
just need to follow
attention.
people on Instagram.
I don't Instagram, and I don't pay attention to the other shows. Somebody asked me something about Bold and the Beautiful the other day, and they, like, abbreviated it B&B, and I was like, bed and breakfast?
Right.
What? And then I was like, oh!
Well, so the original Dylan Quartermain is on Bold and the Beautiful. We need him back.
Yes.
Because they got rid of Ryan Palmer? Paul... What the heck was his name? Watkins. Whoever just played...
I'm so lost right now. You're so
Whoever
ahead of me.
played the most recent Dylan was let go. And he was good. He grew on me. Oh, come on. I follow him on Instagram, too. What the heck is his name? Oh, well. Anyway.
Yeah, we have a list of people that need to come back.
Jason's back. We're good. That I'm glad about. I'm
glad
very,
about that. I just don't like how they keep the push and pull with him and Sam. Like, just put them together and let them be happy. I know that that's a boring outcome, but at the same time, they have been through enough. Come on.
Robert Palmer Watkins.
There you go.
I knew I was
You were
somewhere
on
in
it.
there. I was
You
in
had
there
it.
somewhere.
Just keep saying names. She'll get there eventually.
But he has a 3-person name.
I wondered where you were going with that.
A 3-person name.
A 3-person
A
name.
3.
3 first names? Is that what you're
2 first names. But it's not.
I mean, normal people have middle names.
I'm going somewhere with this. Most serial killers have 3, like they have 3 names, you know, it's like I'm not known as Shannon Lee Coach, I'm known as Shannon Coach, but if I were to kill someone, it would be Shannon Lee Coach because they don't want to confuse you with another Shannon Coach. That's why, like, Lee Harvey Oswald and Mark David Chapman and stuff, like, that's how they all have 3 names. But that's weird for him to have 3 names without having
killed someone. Maybe you should send him a message on Insta and let him know that he might want to change his name.
When I get those random fan things, like the inbox things, and I send it to you, and I'm like, look at the fake Lucky likes me.
Yes.
Or he sent me, like, some random...
I'm sure it was the real Lucky.
It wasn't.
I'm sure he loves you
It
very
was
much.
Not. He didn't have the blue check mark.
Oh.
But yeah, so... Ava
has done
amazing.
Amazing. She showed all of her strength as an actress.
If she does not
these
get a
past couple
daytime
weeks.
Emmy,
Yes.
it's rigged.
Yes.
I mean, she... She was wearing on me for a while.
Yeah,
I was like, what are we doing here? What's
just doing all kind of men that her daughter had done. That's what she was doing for a while, with no real storyline on top of it. Yeah.
You know, I was hoping that she was going to come and pull like a Faith Roscoe.
Mm.
You know, but she didn't.
Oh, yeah.
And then to bring back Olivia, like, that was just weird. Because she wasn't even around for very long. She was in just enough to be crazy and then leave. But, yeah, Mara West, killing it right now.
Yes.
Absolutely killing it. When are they going to do something with Julian?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, other than taking his shirt off, like, he does not have, like...
He is good for Alexis's sex dreams. What are you talking about?
But, I mean, like, that's all that he does.
It is. It is. It's like they can't decide if they want to make him good or bad. Because when he's with Kim, he is so good.
Yeah.
And then, like, all that, sending her meals and hiring a housekeeper and all that stuff, like, oh my god, he wouldn't die for that.
Right.
But then he gets around Alexis and you, like, see that evil spark again, and it's like, dun dun dun.
But then Kim, like, totally dismissed him, too. And I get that Oscar is in the hospital and she's dealing with the dying kid and everything. But it's like, I think he's doing a really good job of taking care of her from afar.
Right.
It wouldn't kill her to at least...
acknowledge it at all. I think she went through, like, no matter what.
Me too. Well, it's her lost love. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's the one that never had there was never an end to it. So, what do you think about Laura and Kevin? I don't think we ever actually talked about that.
Kevin is just boring, and it's sad that to make him interesting, you have to bring back his psycho brother.
Yeah.
Like, that was the most interesting Kevin ever was when he was really Ryan.
I liked him with Lucy.
Yeah.
Lucy and Doc were cute.
Yes, they were cute. Yes, because he grounded her because she was so crazy.
Right, and she let him loose a little bit, you know?
Exactly. But no, Laura's always been strong. I mean, you had to be with Luke and deal with all of that. So to put her with a man who doesn't really seem to appreciate that. Like, he stands by her. He's kind of like another Mac. Like, yes, he loves her and he's supportive, but he's not really doing anything to make her life better.
Right. What is Laura's actual whole name? Laura Weber Baldwin Spencer. She was a Cassadine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cassadine Spencer?
Spencer Cassadine. Spencer again.
Spencer Cassadine Spencer.
Laura Weber Baldwin.
Sorry, like, we were just talking about that, and I'm like, wait, how many last names does Laura have? But Baldwin would be back in there, too.
Oh, yeah? She likes to repeat.
We're going to have to look this up. Well, Carly has been Corinthos 4 times?
Third time's the charm. But yeah, I think they're on like 4 or 5.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny because so I'm not going to share too much about this, but on that marriage retreat that we just went to, someone said something about, like, you know, love isn't like the trashy soap operas, you know, people getting together and breaking up. And I wrote my husband a note. I was like, I don't know, Sonny and Carly have been together 3 times. I was like, and this time it's working.
Right, exactly.
You know?
Maybe that's why I have such a warped outlook on love. I'm just looking for that soap relationship that finally lasts.
Yeah.
Where's my Sonny?
Sonny. That's another good storyline that they've also done a lot to...
his mental health issues.
Yes, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something that's important to both of us.
Yes.
You know, we jokingly say that we do friendropy, which is like friend therapy, and that we're each other's therapists and everything. Trademarking friendropy.
That's right. We're going to get a t-shirt with that, too.
We are. Coffee mugs, wine glasses.
Yes.
Socks. Oh, fuzzy socks. Does Maurice Bernard actually struggle with... He actually has bipolar, doesn't he?
I believe
and that's
so.
why Sonny has it.
But I'm not 100%
Are you going to Google now?
I will Google. I will do my part.
You're going to go to the Google now? I think it does. I think he does, because I think that's, or he at least has a personal connection to it, and that's why he's so thankful that...
Yes, he was diagnosed in his early 20s.
Awesome.
Made his struggles with his illness public, is an advocate, blah, 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 blah.
Awesome.
Blah.
See, and I love that they brought that in.
The Sonny and Mike page. I didn't know that existed. SonnyandMike.com bipolar disorder.
And now Mike with his Alzheimer's and everything, you know, I mean, they do a really, I guess, being set in a hospital really gives them that.
Okay.
Ease into the ability to talk about stuff like that. But no, I mean, and they don't go like all crazy and, I mean, yes, this whole double-blind study, whatever is going on right now.
Is your memory or my memory? I'm not sure.
Okay, so which memories do you think that we could play this game too? What memories do you think?
I don't think that Peter is Anna's kid.
I agree.
think it's her sister's.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the biggest one.
Yeah.
And then that's going to like really screw with her.
Do you think that Anna slept with Valentine, or do you think that was Alex when he was the hunchback? I think it was Alex.
You think?
And I think that's why it tore up Anna so much, because remember, she was having a hard time remembering it.
Oh, right.
And she's like, oh my gosh, it's coming back to me and all that. I think that's an Alex memory.
Oh, that would make sense. But he doesn't seem connected to Alex the way he is Anna. Why is that?
Do you think that he noticed? Because Alex has impersonated her a few times.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, you see, Cookie agreed.
Right.
You hear a little meow. That is my little black cat, Cookie. She watches General Hospital with me. We have some good bonding time. Cuddles. Cat cuddles and GH. It's the best. But yeah, maybe he thought that Alex was
maybe.
Anna.
He would have to, because the obsession with Anna is not healthy. It's not any way comparable to just the way that he talks to Alex is like.
Yeah. But yeah, what about, do you think Drew's gonna get back his memories of, because what if Kim was like not the sweet Kim that we know now?
Right.
Like, what if she was crazy? You know, what if she's not the Kim that we know now? And now we're going to find out all this stuff about her. Because her whole past is,
right,
you know, a mystery to us.
Right.
You know, what if...
But I don't know. There was the whole CD, the love song CD.
That's true.
He really did. I mean, she could have been crazy, definitely. But he seemed to honestly be in love with her, even if she was crazy.
Yeah.
So it would have to be something deep, dark secret that happened afterwards.
That's true.
For it to be good.
Do you think Oscar's going to die? And if so?
I feel like they have to kill him at this point because it's a disservice not to after they've gone on and on and on. It's kind of like sticking true to the bipolar and the HIV and whatever. Like, you can't give someone that diagnosis. They did give it a fair shot to try to find a cure.
Right. To
find one now would be very unrealistic.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't picture them killing him either. Do you know what I mean?
Because we talked about this too through our text chain, where we're really glad that he and Jocelyn did not sleep together in Niagara Falls.
Right.
Because they have such the innocent, sweet first love, and neither one of them is a sexual...
Right.
You know, like...
Right. Their interaction together, I mean, they barely hold hands and, like, peck on the cheek. How do you go from that to now having a sexual relationship? If they're going to take it in that turn, you know, not that I want to make out scene between them every day or whatever, but at least have them sitting, like, close to each other on the couch or with his arm around her or something. There's no real chemistry there that they're presenting right now.
Right. Like, they're just a cute high school couple.
Right.
That's...
So to have it turn from that to now we're into a sexual relationship, I don't think that's fair to either one.
It's not like Robin and Stone.
Right.
Like, that was spark.
Yes.
That was, you know, I mean,
yes,
it was...
and that was gradual. Like, she wasn't ready for a long time.
Right.
But you still saw them being intimate in other ways.
Yep.
And then it, like, led up to it and made sense. It wasn't like Monday we're kissing and Friday we're having sex. Like,
right. And
Joss just isn't that kind of girl. Like,
no, and she's way too... She's a good girl, you know, and I'm not saying that, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Like, it's...
That would be very out of
Carly's
character.
pregnant.
Right.
Like, what are they gonna? Because
they'll make Joss pregnant at the same
well,
time.
so that's what I was really worried about. I'm like, I swear, if they have them sleep together and then find out Jocelyn's pregnant, I'm gonna be so upset because that's not fair to that character. You know, she should just deserve to have her love,
right,
and be able to, like Georgie and Dylan.
Yes.
You know, like that's
right.
They should just have that nice, sweet love. Oscar needs to just pass away, and Jocelyn needs to mourn without.
Right.
Because there's an emotional aspect of being that intimate with somebody that.
Yes, they need to explore that realistically without giving it some tragic ending. She doesn't need to be pregnant or catch a deadly disease. She just needs to realistically take her time to mourn all of that loss that will be.
Right. And I mean, that's going to be hard.
Yeah, that'll be what brings Kim and Drew together.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's going to be.
That's going to happen.
I don't know that. That's not a spoiler. I just, in my mind, that's
this is all conjecture. I mean, this is all just us fantasizing, guessing, talking out loud. We have absolutely no affiliation with ABC or General Hospital. We are just huge fans.
Although we'd be willing to attend the nurses' ball if they needed some extra.
Absolutely. I got my prom dress that I don't fit into. I don't even know if I still have it. But
you could wear your wedding dress. You still fit in that?
Mm-mm. I don't still fit in my wedding dress.
Well, I still fit in mine. I'll wear it.
Two things don't fit in that dress anymore. Probably not a lot of things either. But yeah, so okay, so is Jason missing any memories then? Or is it just Drew's missing his memories? Because Jason doesn't remember any part of Drew's life.
Right.
Or would Jason be missing the memories because he had the accident?
Right. So does Drew have Jason's memories? Like, could they go back that far? Or Jason just was a blank slate? They didn't have to transfer anything because Jason didn't have them. Or were they able to get those because they were, like, in his brain?
But Jason doesn't remember anything before the accident.
But he doesn't remembering it. But what if it's, like, in there and they could get it? When they were bringing
He's
it
not going to go back to tennis. I mean, he's not going to go. He's not
He's
going to trade in a leather jacket and
He's
go back
be
to
a
the
doctor.
cardigans. You know, I mean, no, that's a really good. Ooh, that is actually a good. So, because they're both missing huge parts of their memory.
Right. I don't think that Drew will sacrifice his current memories for his old ones, though.
I don't either.
If they can give them back, like, sure, but I don't think he's going to take... Because he wouldn't remember any of this stuff with Oscar.
Right.
Or Scout being born at
Right.
all, which we need to change her name to something other than Scout, because that really annoys me. But anyway.
Oh, but it's from To Kill a Mockingbird.
No.
Although,
Just
wasn't he really
not a
young to
fan.
be reading that? Wasn't it Danny named her Scout?
Danny named her Scout.
And, I mean, that's like a 7th, 8th grade book.
Right.
Not kindergarten.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
just making sure that
Yeah.
things have not changed.
We're not reading it.
that
My
much.
kindergartner is not reading
Okay.
that book. So
I'm like, my 9th grader read it like 2 years ago, I think.
Okay.
So who knows now? Well, next week Scout will be starting college, so we're not going to have to even worry about
right,
it.
exactly.
And
but Danny will still be 12.
I know. But also, then who else? The doctor switched memories, and then Ryan and Kevin.
Right.
But Kevin doesn't remember any of Ryan's murders
But Kevin
or anything.
knew that there was 9 murders. Do you think that he really did know that because of Ryan, or
I
do
thought
you think
Ryan
that
wrote
he
that
had...
down.
Oh,
I thought
Kevin
Ryan made
knew
that list.
No, because Ryan made that list, but I thought that Laura still knew it beforehand from Kevin. I could be wrong.
I thought
on
she
that.
read the list upside down.
Oh, all right. I thought she acknowledged that before the list.
I don't know.
I thought the list just told her the names, but that she had known there was 9. I'll have to investigate
I don't
that.
remember. I thought it was Ryan that wrote it down, but who knows? Oh my gosh, wouldn't that be crazy if Kevin winds up getting Ryan's memories? That's torture.
That would make him interesting for once.
That'd be just torture, though.
Then he can take Roxy for the emotional support, and
Roxy gets a home.
All the problems.
All the world's problems are solved. Just get Roxy a home. Roxy's being neglected. Roxy needs her own emotional support.
I'm sure she's somewhere in Anna's house. They just don't show her anymore.
All right, so we got some stuff to work on with Finn.
We do.
That just, like, went away. I do like his relationship with,
Alexa.
Yes.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
Yes.
Yes.
But we talked about this privately, too. I mean, I'm sure that you guys all know that we're talking about this privately. So I don't have to keep saying that. When she called him because she was tempted and bought the bottle
yes, we did already
everything.
And he soaked her feet.
He soaked her feet in vodka. True alcoholics, recovering alcoholics, cannot even have mouthwash or hand sanitizer in the house or access to it because both contain alcohol.
Yes.
And they will try to ingest it to get drunk, you know. Your feet are porous. There's foot soaks. There's Epsom salt foot soaks. You know, there's the foot soak detox and everything. An alcoholic should not be sticking their feet in alcohol.
I agree with you.
What were they thinking? Like, General Hospital writers. We are available for consultation.
The same person who wrote Alexis raised her 3 daughters.
Yes, you messed up that.
Wrote we're going to soak her feet in vodka to get her over it.
Maybe we should have done our research to see if that's an actual treatment, but I don't think it is.
I don't think that is. There's no way.
There is...
That doesn't even make any sense.
Well, there's a lot of things in the world that don't make sense.
True. That's a whole other
That's a whole other thing. But yeah, I mean, I can't see that being a good idea.
Yeah, I don't either. Like, I just don't, that doesn't even make any sense to me. The internet does say that you can't get drunk soaking your feet in vodka, though.
Okay, so really bad idea. Really bad idea.
But in Denmark, it's common knowledge that you can get drunk by soaking your feet in vodka.
So is that what
Dr. Oz says if you have stinky feet, you should soak your feet in vodka.
Well, I mean, it's an antiseptic. You know, I mean...
I might try that for my one kid. She has really stinky feet. I have soaked her feet in Listerine, and that worked for a day or so, but then her feet, it was Target brand Listerine, so nothing against regular Listerine, yes. But her feet had a blue tinge to it the next day, and I was like, you have soft fun.
Well, you know, food dye is not a good idea.
Right. But
this is sarcasm, by the way. I'm so not even going to judge Amanda on having said that. But I'm sure somebody out there was like, it's probably the food dye.
It's probably where all her issues come from.
It is the food
dye that I expose my children to. But I will take those issues without stinky feet over stinky feet.
Right.
So, all right, I didn't find the answer to our question about if
but you kind of
alcoholics do.
It's
it's not a recommended therapy because it didn't pop up.
All right, so we are a little over an hour already. Oh my gosh, This is so much fun.
It is.
All right, is there anything that we are forgetting from just getting started? So again, you know, we haven't watched the March 25th through 29th. We're celebrating the start of General Hospital, April 1st, 1963, back in the black and white days. Have you ever watched the first episode?
Yes.
Me too. When the girl was wrapped in the gauze and couldn't look at her face and everything. We've come such a long way.
Thank God for color.
We almost had Ava there because she had her face wrapped.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any major... not a fan of the new TJ. Miss the old Jordan.
Yes.
Because
I don't like the
Curtis
new
did
intro.
not... Babe.
Oh,
babe.
right.
They did not baby all day long.
No.
It was...
Yeah. They had more intelligent conversations. I'm with you.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were talking about the new intro.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay, so, and I text you the same thing. I was like, I hate the new intro. I've come around to it, though, because they switch out the characters so much. So I think that it goes so quick you can't even really see who it is. But I think that they're able to put whoever's in the episode in the opening sequence. Because the other day Shiloh was in it, but he's not been in other days. One time Epiphany was in it, but she hasn't been in other ones. So for that purpose, I kind of like it.
Got it.
You know, because it's...
Shiloh and Willow. That's what we didn't hit on.
Oh, yeah. Saw that coming. The second I saw the tattoo, I was like, well, Shiloh's baby daddy then.
Right, right.
You know, but when is Michael going to find out that...
Oh, my God.
It's going to come out through this, because Shiloh's going to demand a paternity test, and it's going to be found out that neither one of them is the parent. Mm-hmm. And poor Brad and Lucas.
Yeah. I mean, well, poor Lucas, not poor Brad.
But
no.
He was put in a tough spot. It was Nell's idea. You know,
it was Nell's idea, but he could have turned around.
Absolutely,
and been
not
like,
disagreeing
hey, Michael,
with that.
He could have said yes to her and then driven to the hospital and been like, hey, Michael, here's your baby. Sorry, mine died. And dealt with all of that.
Not promoting at all.
And, like, asking him to be the godfather, like, that's just a little sick and twisted.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's just sad. But...
So, I was disappointed with Willow's reaction to all of the dawn of day. Like, she didn't say anything. They were talking about Christina getting involved, and she was like, no, bad. Like,
you need to get her out of there.
Yeah, it was like...
And poor Chase.
Oh, he's so hot.
Cute.
Oh, my God.
He's so sweet. And for the longest time, we did nothing with him.
Right, and now we finally have a storyline, and we're going to make her freak out over Dawn of Day and say she's leaving.
I don't think she's leaving, though.
I don't think she will leave.
I think it's going to be all found out, and Christina probably has her tattoo by now.
Ugh. I'm disappointed with that, too. Like, Christina, I feel like, is capable of more, and this storyline is just kind of dragging with that, too. Like, they need to get somewhere with it.
But I think she's the typical personality type that does wind up in a cult.
Right.
You know, if you watch all the 2020 and ID Network and all that stuff, you know, they're lost.
Right.
You know, they're grasping at the straws. They feel like they're nothing, and finally they meet someone who... And I mean, and I do a lot of professional development, you know, but there's some where I start to listen to, and I'm reading the book or listening to it, and I'm like, no, this is a little, we're getting too far,
right,
in an area that is just not comfortable.
Kidnapped in plain sight.
So I referenced that earlier to JD.
I don't know if you can repeat it at the moment, but if you have not watched that show,
Abducted in Plain Sight on Netflix.
It is definitely, so now we're promoting Netflix instead of Hulu. You should definitely take the time to watch.
Yes.
At least half of it. I don't know that you'll make it through the whole thing because it makes you want to throw something at the TV, but...
There's 15 minutes you feel like, what am I watching?
You need a shower after you watch it. Don't watch with small children around.
No.
But if you're looking for something that will have you talking for weeks on end,
months,
that will be it.
I mean, it's just how
that's more than a General Hospital episode.
And it's real life,
right?
Hey, there were aliens. Remember how?
Yes.
Robin had her alien friend. See, that helped. That. Oh, that's gonna have to be a topic that we discuss. The most ridiculous storylines.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right, gonna jot that down.
Jot it down. Ridiculous storyline.
So, we actually have an email address. I did not tell you that I set it up.
I'm so excited. Go ahead.
So, most ridiculous storyline. So, obviously, if there's anyone listening, we would love to get your feedback, or, you know, some input, or, you know, maybe your suggestions. And maybe your favorite General Hospital history, or how you started watching the show, or your input on anything that we just talked about. Please, 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 please be respectful and not send any spoilers, including people coming and leaving the show, because that's a spoiler, and we don't like when we find that out. I mean, the day that Kiki was killed off, like I think I said it earlier. I can't remember if I said it on here or to you.
I think you just said it to me.
It was, I was on Instagram, and it just showed her, and it says like R.I.P. Kiki, and I was like, what happened? Did not see that. I did not see that coming.
I didn't see that coming either.
And I think that we both enjoy having the real time reactions to everything and being surprised. We don't want to know.
Right.
We knew when Steve Burton was coming back. We were excited about that, but we didn't know when and where. But I mean, that was hard to escape,
Right.
That's like Laura coming back,
yes.
I mean, it's when Sarah coming back. She was talked about for a while. We're wrapping up, but I mean, Sarah was being talked about a while ago before Franco and Elizabeth were getting
we're gonna get married, and they brought back her friend instead, but Elizabeth never came.
Right. So, not sure what happened to Sarah there. But so our email address is pier54podcast@gmail.com. So please send us anything General Hospital related. Are there some topics that you want us to talk about on our Thursday segment when we talk about things that happen in the history and stuff like that. So Mondays, we're going to talk about a quick recap of the week before. This gives everyone enough time to get caught up over the weekend. Maybe you do it a Saturday morning. Binge Fest is your catch-up time. We want to be respectful of people who don't get the chance to watch it real time or even that evening. And give us a little bit of time to record, too, and to catch up ourselves. And then Thursdays, we're going to talk more about, just general hospital history. We kind of talked a little bit about it tonight, and that's going to happen because it's all over the place. But, we'll have some more. So, we'll talk about, the most ridiculous storyline,
I like that. People should definitely submit their vote.
What do you think the most ridiculous storyline was? Please send us your answers at pier54podcast@gmail.com. And we will see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.